Hello and welcome to OWXL League Season 3, Week 7. This is the second game tonight. We've got Desert Legion versus Defeato from the Challenger tier. Sultan Pepper with you, casting with Raging Bull. Raging, how are you, man?
Doing all right, buddy. It's Friday. I'm glad that it's Friday. Monday's President's Day. No work, lots of play. Let's go, baby.
Man, I'm excited, man. Nice long weekend for those of you applicable. Nimbana here for us, Week 7. And these teams ready to go. Defeato coming in a little bit late to the league and adopting a bit of a negative record, but playing really well now, 2-3. Chasing the 3-3 Desert Legion Gaming, coming in and tied with Milner on points and Ryan's Reject, actually. 3rd, 4th, and 5th place in the Challenger tier, fighting for those last 2 playoff spots with 2 weeks of the season to go. So all to play for here in Week 7. And again, both teams ready to go, so get this game started shortly. Raging, what can you tell us about these teams?
Well, yeah, man, I'm right there with you. Defeato coming in, but they have really been playing very well. It's been a lot of fun to watch them play. Of course, they've got some. They've got a Masters Mercy player, which is interesting because Mercy's is a interesting spot right now. So I'll be very curious to see how she is. And I think this is a pretty comprehensive team. I've watched them play really well together. I've watched them play very cleanly. I've also watched them not play so clean. So let's see if they can bring a comprehensive game tonight and have a good match.
Yeah, definitely excited to see what they have for us. Again, the Challenger tier is so very tight, and lots to play for, a lot on the line. Defeato, not a lot of footage of them. Obviously, having coming in late, but DLG prepared regardless, and hoping to kind of win this game.
No doubt. So, Sultan, tell me about Mercy right now. Like, she's been nerfed, per se. There's a lot of hype around that, and that there would be a lot more Lucio's and Moira, Ana being played. But to be honest with you, I'm still seeing quite a bit of Mercy. What are you seeing?
Yeah, it's definitely more prevalent than I expected. I thought she would be unplayable, but the healing is still there. Like, that wasn't really changed. And so the reses aren't as much of a priority, and I know that Pure Pain especially says the damage boots are really a big part of her kit now. Not that they weren't before, but you're able to spread out a little bit further. And because those reses aren't a priority, so you're not putting yourself in dangerous situations because of the time it takes.
Yes.
So she's still valuable, but I think she's kind of like not as prominent, and other supports are coming a little bit more to the forefront. And I think I'm okay with that.
Sure. You know, I agree with you there. We did see the last game being played, Team 2K and Eternity. Very nice matchup there. If you all didn't get the chance to watch it, you should go back and watch that game. Very exciting. But there was a lot of Mercy being played there too, and I thought that was rather interesting. So to see her in different tiers and to see her how she's being played, I think lends a hand to the smarter players, in the sense that you're not diving in as much, and you have to be much more aware of your positioning. And I think it's really interesting to see how she's being played right now.
Yeah, I would agree. I'm surprised to see that also in that last game, but definitely coming in clutch a few times. Those reses definitely helpful. Both those Mercy's able to get in good positions.
No doubt. And DLG, they are on the defense here. They're running a Lucio Moira as their supports for tanks. They're running a quadruple tank, ladies and gentlemen. You've got a Ryan, Hog, Zarya, as well as a Diva.
And coming in for the attackers here, it's Defeato on the right-hand side tank. Techno Jesus on Genji, Dart Down here on Fair, trying to get a little bit of damage in through the back. It's that Desert Fire hook goes awry. Jiff here on Winston, so I played a lot of Winston last week and played really well. Back on that roll. Been in trouble here, may drop via Desert Fire on the Roadhog, but Crazy Joe on Diva. Now going out of mech. Burr the only support as Skullbadai on Lucio falls. Good Burr there on Mercy and trying to stay alive as long as possible, but it's a pretty strong attack so far. The defender's still holding relatively well. A few tanks a little bit, actually.
Hook.
All 4, yeah, strong hook there from Fire. That may be the cleanup the defense needs to push back the attackers.
Oh yeah, that was very nice. Very interesting. And the Genji Blade's coming out right now fairly early without 3 of his teammates there. Quite questionable.
Yeah, I think a interesting decision there, and it does kind of go wasted. Percentage starts to earn a little bit for the attackers. Darts Donut coming in with a Rocket Rush, a fantastic triple to clean up, and that may do it here. For Defeato, wrapping up very quickly, it will be a retreat from Zinski. Sorry, here for Desert Legion.
you know what, maybe I just eat my words on that. Very questionable Genji Blade, but the Genji Blade does take down one. It looked like, maybe I could be wrong there, but it did apply some pressure and maybe a little bit of franticness by DLG. So who was that? Darth Donuts just coming in hot with that Pharah ult. Huge swing.
Yeah, definitely. Able to take out 3 and really change the tide of that fight. For the attackers, 2 ultimates and 2 on the way as Jiff rounds around 95% to that Primal Rage. Skulbadiah on the Lucio with Soundbearer a little bit later in the fight. Burr with the Valkyrie at the ready. And Crazy Joe with the Self-Destruct to initiate.
Ooh, nice hook.
However, with ultimates on the other side as well, could have 6 by the time this fight breaks out. So both sides will have to be responsible about how they kind of utilize those. An early shadow coming in from Frost catches 3, and that's really good. Trying to get damage in with a Valkyrie from Burr, trying to keep everybody alive, and I think they'll be successful getting the kills here as Fox and Frost both die. And Danny Defeato continuing this push very strongly.
Crazy Joe is absolutely crazy and insane right now, just going ham, playing that diva. And as you can see, we had another rocket barrage coming in by Darth Donuts. Very comprehensive push happening right now by Danny Defeato.
Yeah, it's been a really strong kind of one-sided match so far. Danny Defeato pushing the DLG defense aside, so to speak, and able to continue through. Sound barriers on both sides, however, Desert Fox, the only one with an ultimate for DLGs. We see Desert Fire switch over to the McCree, a double hit scan as Frost goes Soldier to deal with this pesky Darth Donut Pharah for Defeato. 5 minutes on the clock for them, a lot of room to work with, and again, a few ultimates. The Primal Rage from Jiff still in use, and it'll be Dank with the Death Blossom here, about 10% or so. Just looks like a really strong attack for them.
Yeah, no doubt. I love the switch by Dank. Very nice switch off that Genji back onto that Reaper, and I think Reaper is exactly the answer that they were looking for. Well, it wasn't quite the answer that they needed, but it was one to help them make that push a little bit more comprehensive. And as you can see, it's working out for them. It did force DLG to switch off that quadruple tank to really go to a more 2-2-2 scenario of 2 DPS, 2 tank, 2 healing, and as you can see, starting to work out for them in their favor. They're starting to make a bit of a hold here. Nice job. Desert Fire switching over to that McCree, but you know there's no Pharah for him to account for, so it wouldn't surprise if he gets off this McCree rather quickly if he's not feeling comfortable.
Yeah, now we're kind of starting to see the attack splinter a little bit, the defense cleaning them up, finally wrapping up the fight completely, and they'll have to regroup before they come back in. The defense almost to 6 ultimates. We'll have that by the time this next fight breaks out. It's just a handful for the attackers, and Desert Legion definitely with the advantage here towards this C checkpoint, but a lot of time for Danny Defeato will make it difficult for them to kind of keep up the defense.
Yeah, no doubt. I would like to have seen maybe Jiff switching off of that Winston onto a Zarya to protect that Reaper as that Reaper's about to ult, and then maybe switch back to that Winston, sort of making sure that they get this last push in if they want to capture it. But here comes the Sound Barrier going down, and Danny Defeato, there it is, folks. 1-2 picks by Dank with that Death Blossom. Very nice job. And a Diva Bomb coming in hot. And does it pick anybody? It does. It does pick Skulbadiah off. And there we have it. It looks like the attacking team could be getting this in, but this point is highly contested.
Yeah, Zinski in, trying to find some space. A fantastic Deadeye from Desert Fire will shut down that attack immediately. A quadruple there and able to really just turn the fight again. It's good ultimate usage once again from Desert Legion to wrap up that fight on the other side. Yeah, just trying to stay alive as long as possible. Darth Donut will fall. They'll regroup once more. 2 minutes and 40 seconds though, but yeah, what a clutch Deadeye.
No doubt. Desert Fire must be playing in Korea because it was just high noon. Very nice job by Fire to pick off Danny Defeato.
Yeah, just really caught in a kind of a tough spot. Zinski, I think the shield went down and they just took the opportunity. And good combination probably there from Desert Legion just to get the damage in to make sure that shot was clear. Once more, it's Dank on the left-hand side. Now maybe caught out, tries to use Wraith form, but they will chase him down. I think it'll be disadvantage here for the attack. Now it's 6v5 as the defenders start to clean up that Reaper caught kind of out. We probably shouldn't have been. But yeah, just cleaning up once more. Desert Legion really kind of taking hold of this game a little bit, maybe hesitant at first and took some time to get settled in, but playing well here and continuing to clean up.
Yeah, they do need to... Yeah, no doubt. They do need to regroup here. There's 4 on point to that singular Tracer that was trying to contest there, but Tracer does end up getting picked off. You know, what's interesting is that DLG only has 1 healer. They only have that Moira. Desert Fox did switch off of that Lucio, it looks like, onto that Mei, and I'm not sure if it's going to pay off right now.
And trying to delay as long as possible. Classic stall hero and getting a little bit of damage. Fox able to fade away from the kind of freezing there, and will fall, so maybe not pan out for them. Not able to stall as long as probably they wanted to. It's another ultimate coming in from Dank. This one less effective, but still getting the damage through for Dana Defeato. They continue to push the payload. That will be the first round for them. Very strong map cap on Nimbani. Round 1 for Defeato.
Yeah, no doubt. Defeato looking very nice there. You know, they started to group together, and I think the fact that they grouped together and pushed in as a team, that really showed their strength of capturing that payload with 1 minute and 11 seconds left to go.
A lot of time to work with. Desert Legion, though, able to eat quite a bit of that time bank down. They had,
certainly.
You know, something
over
like
5 minutes.
Over 5 minutes, yeah, going to that 3rd point, and able to defend well, but finally did relinquish it. So just up for a good attack here, but Danny Defeato know that this game's kind of in their hands, having completed the map. So in a good position, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, certainly. Very curious to see what DLG will be using on the attack this time. As we start to see Danny Defeato, they do have their composition ready. It looks like they will be running a Pharah Reaper as your 2 DPS, followed by a Winston and Diva on the tanks. And for supports, you have a Mercy and a Lucio.
The attack still undecided. I always call it entirely too early. The troll heroes, especially in the champion tier. I'm like, man, so-and-so's going Torbjorn. I think I did that in the last game. It's like they're not going attack Torbjorn.
You know, all those Diamond Masters, GM players, they're a bunch of trolls anyway. To be honest, come on now.
Your words, not mine. I can neither agree nor disagree with that statement.
Oh, I hear you, Switzerland. How's the Olympics working out for you, buddy? All right, and on the attack, it looks like we're seeing a Mercy Zenyatta followed by a Soldier as well as a Tracer, a pesky Tracer, hopefully coming out from Desert Fire, as well as a Winston and a Diva. So Winston, Diva on both sides, as well as a Lucio, or I'm sorry, as well as a Mercy. But the difference is going to be the Reaper, Pharah, Lucio versus the Zen Soldier Tracer.
And Desert Legion trying to come out here around this far left-hand side. They took a little bit to do so, and I think the defense from Defeato pretty aware of it before they really engaged. They're kind of caught here on the outside. Fire will fall for them, and they're already disadvantaged with the short respawn. They could continue the contention. They probably should back off, however, both DPS down, and I think Defeato may have gotten this one. We'll let fight another day. Fire switching to the Pharah. We'll see if that change works out for them. No hit scan on the other side, so Defeato will have to respond accordingly. But the Diva may mitigate a lot of that damage before it becomes too unbearable.
No doubt. Smart move by Desert Haze. It looks like just jump off the map. That's what the rest should have done a lot faster, because it's just going to eat away about 20 seconds of that precious time that they had here. So DLG is going to regroup, probably push directly underneath, if I had to guess, to try and take another route. But we'll see where they end up going. They are running this Pharah.
Well,
yeah, they are running this Pharah.
Are with the Rocket Barrage as well. It's early on, currently with a self-destruct for the other side. Desert Legion Gaming. Still no need to be hasty. Once again, coming through and trying to find their way of attack. Dropping early on. Dank able to get one on Desert Frost, but seems to be answering one back. The self-destruct tries to find some of the other position, but won't quite connect.
Yeah, unfortunately, that self-destruct really doesn't do anything for them, but Crazy Joe does answer to take out Peachy in that Diva mech, and we've got a couple of picks happening right now for the defense, it looks like.
Yeah, and still kind of timid in their approach, not really committing to one side or the other, and a weird amount of damage coming through well away from the point. Under 2 minutes now, and not a lot of time to work with. Dank here with a Death Blossom finds a few targets and goes in for another multi. Will catch a couple, and good pick up for him, but they're able to get the damage through. And Desert Legion with 5 or 4 ultimates rather could really push into point. I think they may have an advantage.
Yeah, and they may be just wanting to be conservative about their approach right now. They do just need to group up. You know, you see a hog that just threw out a hook. He's sitting up top, but he's got nobody around him. He's got a soldier that's running underneath him, a Zenyatta that's all on the outside, and a Pharah that's sort of floating around. So they're really not grouped up, and you know, that could be the bane of them here.
And Desert Frost using the tactical advisor, able to take down Burr on the Mercy, but dropping immediately Crazy Joe on D.Va, kind of getting him down with the damage already done. Crazy Joe going back in on fire. The Transcendence from Fox not quick enough, and he'll use it now just to retreat, I believe, as they've lost a few members. And not a lot of time to work with, though. 2 ultimates, rather. 3 now for the defender still. Krevet will be able to have a mech back here very shortly. Should he stay alive? Now gets pulled right before will drop, but is 83% regardless. Now the
Rocket
Barrage coming through from Donut, getting Krevet and Haze.
My goodness, Darth just showing them just unbelievable strength right there as that Pharah, just doing a very nice job of getting that ultimate, holding it and using it at the right time, and then getting it again. Darth Donut just putting on a clinic.
Yeah, able to do that very quickly, and it'll be it's interesting. We were worried about the pick for a bit, but Desert Frost not able to really take down that Pharah. Is not really winning that battle. And now just 12 seconds for them. They've got a long way to go should they even cap this point regardless. Definitely disadvantage in the time bank. It's going to be a Primal Rage coming through from Jiv to try to push them back into the hallway and prevent the overtime push. But as we go overtime, they're not quite going to be able to generate it. Won't get close enough. It's a Defeato win on Nimbani.
Very nice job by Danny Defeato there. They looked comprehensive on the push with some time in the bank, and then they held up a very nice defense.
And disappointing for DLG to drop there without the overtime contention in the end, but strong force shut down this attack before they were finally able to cap that point. Desert Fire getting a good kill there, but losing the war, so to speak. Danny Defeato pulling away one. We'll get the map pick from Desert Legion Gaming when we come back. And welcome back. Danny Defeato going up 3-0 in, I think, the first successful initial attack on Nimbani that we've seen this week. And Desert Legion coming back out with Legion Tower, looking to level it out on a control point. We'll see if any substitutions come through, but what do you think the biggest weakness was for Desert Legion in that last game?
Grouping up. That would be the biggest thing. There were several times I caught them not out of position. Well, yes, out of position, right? That's the point of grouping up. So they just weren't. There wasn't enough team comprehension. There's too many players going in too many directions, and maybe that they were trying to do a distraction or try and flank a little bit, but a little bit more comprehensive for grouping up, I think would have worked in their favor. But you know what? Danny Defeato just looked good, right? They just did a very successful job right there. No knock against Defeato there.
No, yeah, agreed. Definitely don't want to take anything away from their effort. Like I said, the first completed initial push we've seen on Nibbani definitely a difficult map to cap and favors the defenders, but able to do it there. And we'll see if we see a similar attack on Lijiang. I think both teams are ready to go, so we'll get to it without delay.
You know what I did like? I thought that really play quadruple tank. I thought that was very clever of them. We're starting to see that a little bit more. On defense, though, you know, Moira Lucio is better on offense, in my opinion, than it is on defense. I think a Mercy would have suited them better. So, you know, maybe they can come back together and re-strategize a little bit as they approach Lijiang Tower.
Yeah, we do often see a control point come out for that second pick should a team fall in the first one. A nice safe pick.
How often have we not had a team fallen in the first map? Just out of curiosity.
I guess probably like 0% of the time. It's more like colloquial, I guess. You know,
for sure.
Progress through the game at some point, right?
Just checking. Yep.
Control point after the first team, killing me. Semantics is what it is.
Oh, good deal. And as they start to assemble their heroes there, they've got about 5 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. And it looks like everybody is going to prepare to attack. We start to see on DLG, they're going to be running an Ana this time, potentially. That should be interesting.
Quad tank.
Yeah, absolutely. I do see a quad tank, but without a Lucio. This is the time that you want to be running a Lucio. Oh my goodness, you don't want to be beat to the point first. And as you can see on Danny Defeato, they are running a Lucio Moira. They've got a Junkrat Tracer as well as a Roadhog Reinhardt. So, Box was trolling. He is playing that Lucio, and here we go, folks. They are both sprinting to the point right now, and we'll see who goes down first.
And interesting to see the quad tank come out from Desert Legion on the control point. Don't know if I've
They're
seen that.
wrapping around. Look at that. They are wrapping completely around trying to flank them. Very interesting by DLG. I kind of like it.
Yeah, I like that decision. Control point is an open WS, so no reason to go directly to it. They got some time to work with. Desert Fire getting the kills in now, really swapping back and forth. I think it is Desert Legion with a slight advantage as control point does start to open. However, Danny Defeato getting all of the control percentage, rather. About 3/4 of it before the fight comes back to Desert Legion. Still have the representation on the point, but starting to fall, maybe a little bit surrounded by the attack from Danny Defeato. However, Desert Fox able to get a kill there, really just swapping either side. Hard to tell. Has the advantage to really shatter coming in, however, from Crazy Joe before falling immediately. And yeah, again, ultimates already before anyone's even taking the point.
No doubt, Crazy Joe is just absolutely insane. I don't know how many puns I can make using the word crazy, insane, nuts, but he's just getting his ults so quickly.
Definitely a difference maker for them. Is another ultimate coming out. The Tire now coming out and getting Zinski. It will be a retreat here for Desert Legion as the cap finally does go the way of Danny Defeato. It'll be a Coalescence coming out, however, from Ermagur just to, I guess, put the icing on the cake. For whatever reason, I still can't get that to render. But yeah, now an aggressive defense from them, pushing up and preventing the kind of resupply from this Desert Legion gaming team.
Big hook. Yeah, no doubt, that's a big hook. And a Zarya ult does come down right now, and Moira tries to take out 2, but they are successful to take out 3 of them. Now it's their time to push on the point for DLG.
Yeah, get caught with a cheeky trap. Just supports left on the point for Danny Defeato, and could lose supremacy here. 36% gone for them, but they're not really focusing on the supports as quickly as they'd like. Desert Legion, that is, and it may be their downfall as now some tanks start to pour back onto the point for Defeato.
Yeah, for sure. And you can see Desert Frost does go with the slam. He takes out Donut, but and there's 2. PG Crivet just picks off both the Reinhardt and the Junkrat. Very nice job. But Darth Donut does clean up on the DLG. Does get cleaned up by the Junkrat. So there's lots of action happening on this point right now. Looks like Jeff just trying to stay alive as best as he can on that Roadhog, contest this point as long as they possibly can. But DLG doing a very nice job of attacking this point. You can see lots of folks are coming down from Danny Defeato.
It looks like they're starting to clean up. Finally, a few members still remain. 76% gone, so they've been able to stall as long as possible, the attackers that is, and it will really start to go their way, and as soon as you think it's about to tick, somebody else comes in from the other side. Finally, the control point starts going that direction. 86% gone now for Danny Defeato before Desert Legion finally gains control, but hopefully a strong defense from them will see them hold on to it for a bit. However, looking at ultimate, Dark Donut can initiate with the Riptire on Junkrat for Danny Defeato. Dank here on Tracer with the Pulse Bomb, looking to get some space in behind. Crazy Joe with a Shatter as well, uses that here, and I think goes straight, or he's able to catch maybe a Roadhog, but misses the pin. A Sound Barrier from Desert Fox will help the defense. Self-destruct doesn't quite connect, as Desert does actually catch two, and Desert Haze with the Coalescence adds another one. It's ultimates all over the place, but still a good defense from Desert Legion Gaming.
No doubt, and very nice job by Desert Legion Gaming right there. They did use both of their support ults. I thought that was very interesting. I think that they could have gotten away with just the Lucio ult, but you know what? That Moira did clean up there with the Coalescence. So nice job by DLG, and they are looking very nice on this Lijiang tower.
Yeah, they've definitely got the benefit of earning ults quickly. A lot of their players are able to pick those. Frost here with another Shatter, and Zinzi you see with Graviton. So maybe they're not too worried about that. Looking to get a tire behind Fox. Does fall via that tire from Donut, and able to use that to initiate. Crazy Joe getting in another one on his opposite Desert Frost. And Graviton catches some of these attackers, but I don't think they'll really clean up maybe as cleanly as they would have liked. And it's Danny Defeato coming back in with a vengeance.
No doubt, and I think DLG could have held onto that Graviton for just a little bit longer because they could really use it on this fight right now. You know, DLG does not have any ults. They may have they will have a Rhine Shatter coming in, but that will be answered by Crazy Joe, and it wouldn't surprise me. And there goes the Rhine Shatter right now. Does pick off 1, 2, 3, and they need to touch this point. Touch the point, guys. Touch the point.
Trying to get back as quickly as possible. I think they will make it just in time, and the Pulse Bomb not quite connecting here for Dank on the Tracer, and has the control point. Obviously in overtime here, they may be able to clean up, but now a good Sound Barrier coming out from Skullbadiah, trying to keep Defeato alive as long as possible. Yeah, that self-destruct will not quite connect. It's really just all out brawl here on the point.
Yeah, and there comes the Rhine Shatter coming down. Nice job by Crazy Joe. He's just nuts right now. Swinging away, 1, 2, 3, and Danny Defeato is on fire.
Oof, the game there from them, just cleaning up.
Oh my god.
And yeah, 71% able to earn back from Desert Legion Gaming, so I think they may try and get to the point a little bit more quickly in this next game, try and really get some space kind of carved out for themselves early on so that they can put up a good defense, because they definitely defended well. You know, won a few team fights while they held on to the point, so they want to try and get that defense in early and really kind of dig in before Defeato can get set up.
Boy, I tell you what, I thought DLG really did have it. They had that Rhine Slam that came down, was able to knock down what looked like 4 to 5 of Danny Defeato, but unfortunately was not able to capitalize completely. They were able to touch the point to contest, but that Sound Barrier coming in by Skullbadiah, man, I tell you what, that was very nice. It was very well timed.
Yeah, definitely well-timed ultimates on both sides, and I really do like the ultimate uses we're seeing here from these two teams. It's a strike in from Desert Frost, trying to gain some space again, looking to kind of clear Danny Defeato out before the control point opens about 5 seconds ago, and already starting to go that direction, getting the kills they need, and that will be an early team fight as the control point opens up.
Yeah, nice job by DLG to capture that control point right off the bat. Darth Donut falling early. I couldn't tell if he killed himself or if he just conceded the map, but you can see Jiff just falling off the map there, as well as the Mercy getting picked. So they're going to gain about 15 seconds off of this because the Danny Defeato did not jump off the map or get killed in time. So nice job by DLG.
And now Pulse Bomb going awry there. It says Frost and Tough Spot getting healed up well by his supports, retreating somewhat. 20% for them, no ultimates. Though as I say that, Desert Haze picking up the Coalescence. Frost here 20% or so to a Shatter. And yeah, everybody kind of building simultaneously, so we'll have some for this next defense. Desert Fox falling, though, will make it difficult. PG falls as well, and that's now 2 down for them, and that could be the initiation Danny Defeato needs.
Yeah, for sure. And it looks like that Coalescence just was not able to keep everybody alive, but that Coalescence does pick off that Reaper. That was a really nice pick. Running a quad tank, Reaper should be that tank buster. But as you can see, Danny Defeato looks like they're going to take this point rather quickly. They do throw out that Zarya ult, and now it looks like DLG's just starting to go ham a little bit. But here comes the Winston. He is angry. He's trying to push somebody off the edge. Doesn't get that pig, but that pig sure is flying.
And now Crazy Joe using another self-destruct, really just trying to get his mech back, but falls while out of it. And now it's still 63% for Desert Legion. They're defending well, and Danny Defeato can't quite clear the point. A Sound Barrier could be helpful, though. It's a Death Blossom coming through from Darth Donut, but doesn't get the damage through the shield from Desert Frost. A little bit too strong for him. Now getting the kills. Danny Defeato looks like they're starting to clean up. And yeah, the feed going red for them as DLG looks to defend as long as possible. Won't quite pan out. 79% gone as Dana Defeato starts her percentage on the point.
You know what? DLG did capitalize, though. They were able to hold that point off for another about, it looked like 15 to 20%. So it was a very nice job by DLG. Now they need to regroup, gain their composure, and push back in if they want to capture this point.
And no doubt about it. Looking for, again, an aggressive push out there. No ultimates for either side. The pulse bomb from Dank could come in handy very shortly. The sound barrier from Fox on the other side looking to defend. Another support ultimate on Desert Haze Coalescence. The pulse bomb, though, drops. Maybe falls flat for Dank. It's Coalescence coming out here from Desert Haze. And the shatter. Oh, man, well timed from both of these Reinhardts. Able to catch a couple, trying to get the damage through, and DLG starts their attack once more.
Ooh, there it is, and DLG does pick off 2. It looks like they did take off that precious Mercy. Now Crazy Joe is out of mech, and there are 3 players on the point right now. So if DLG can just start pushing in, stop getting distracted by the players behind them, they could really clean up as a team and stagger Danny DeFito.
Oh,
and it looks like that's exactly what they're doing.
Scobadiah tried to use the sound barrier, got booped off in midair, and directed it directly into the sidewalk below. Will not have that available, and that's a big loss for them. But now at 62% or so, it's ultimates again coming up for either one of these sides. Hard to tell who really has the advantage, but I think it is Desert Legion maybe cleaning up a little bit.
Yeah, they need to account for that Mercy in the air. DLG, you know, that Mercy is keeping their tanks alive for Danny DeFito, but it looks like, okay, and there comes a Rhine Slam coming down. Crazy Joe hitting down the sound barrier, also coming down. Looks like DLG is taking this point back with a vengeance.
Yeah, definitely, and just a little bit of their percentage usurped, rather 86% here for Danny DeFito, trying to stall once more, and still they may be able to hold this off long enough to continue getting percentage. It's 92% now, and as Desert Legion finally starts to earn, and they would go back to 80% and well on their way. It's going to be probably one more team fight. The winner of this next one probably wins this round. Desert Legion kind of up against the wall a little bit, already going down on Nubani, and they need this win to force the 3rd game of the series. Danny DeFito would rather clean it up here.
I think they can do it. They do have Peachy Crevette, and there goes the Diva Bomb. Diva Bomb does not catch anybody, but it does spread out that team. That's exactly what they want, either a death or to spread that team out and sort of fraction them away from each other. And as you can see, oh, big slam coming in by Desert Frost. Very nice job. And he's starting to clean up, swinging big as that Reinhardt. And it looks like this could go to DLG, but he does. Oh, high noon. 1, 2. Very nice job by Dank Techno, Jesus, to pick off both Peachy Crevette's mech as well as another player. I'm sorry, I can't remember because my memory is short right now. But they are doing Danny DeFito just trying to contest this point as much as they can. There comes a Winston ult, but he's not going to touch the point in time. Oof. And the point goes to DLG. Nice job.
Yeah, and definitely needed to answer back there. Came back strongly and were able to take over the point. And definitely a mountain to climb coming back from the absolute death, but an opportunity to win this here on their map pick and force the 3rd round, the 3rd game of the series. And yeah, it's exciting to see the response from Desert Legion.
No doubt. And you know what? I do expect to see some fair play coming out here on maybe one side. Well, it looks like we haven't seen any fair come out from DLG, but I do expect that coming out for Danny DeFito here, because Fair is a very nice pick on this point, and another quad tank it looks like will be coming in from DLG, so there could be quite the battle happening here on the point rather quickly.
Yeah, nice to see flexible DPS players from Danny DeFito. I think it was Darth Donut on the Pharah on Nubani, now Dank taking over and Darth on that Reaper, so again, nice flexibility and looking to clean this map up. Lucio's on both sides now, going opposite directions, though. Will be Danny DeFito coming into point first, and the fight breaking out immediately. Good pull, we'll see. Crazy Joe got a mech very early on. That's a tough loss for Danny DeFito as Desert Legion really starts to assert themselves. Darth Donor answering one back, though, taking another tank down. But I think it is DLG maybe starting to pick up a little bit of the advantage.
Yeah, you can't quite tell yet because Darth Donut is putting down some heavy damage, and he does pick off that Reinhardt. And Scobadiah does pick up that Lucio on the opposing team. So nice job here, and Darth Donut's going to be gaining that ult rather quickly. They need to touch this point. Just capture it, guys. There we go.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Getting the damage through, and that was the difference maker. Able to get with a shotgun just melting through the DLG defense. And I think they did have an advantage for a bit, but just not accounting for that Reaper. And it definitely cost them the point with a Death Blossom, the only one in the game with an ultimate. And we'll try and be sneaky and use those. It's the opportunity.
That was a good hook right there, but Diva did have her ability to rocket back onto the point, and I expect a Reaper ult to come in to make this team fight go rather quickly, but we have yet to see him sort of jump in there. He does not have a Zarya to bubble him, so it wouldn't surprise me if he's being a little bit conservative there. And there comes the Reaper ult, and he does get hooked. You know, I could see that coming from a mile away right there. Yeah, this pretty understandable. That Winston needed to be alive with a bubble around that Reaper to do some damage. So unfortunately that does not pay off for them. But you can see that DLG doing a nice job. They do pick up that Zarya ult, and looks like they'll be able to capture this point here rather quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. The only way to come through there was directly through the main entrance, and everybody would have seen you do it. So a tough spot for the Reaper, but DLG able to clean up. And yeah, finally starting to earn percentage. 60% gone for Danny Defeato, and a couple ults for either side. Support ults a bit of a ways away though, so we'll see how long Desert Legion can hold. Again, throughout this game, they've been pretty good defending. So we'll see now that they have the point, they can hold on to it. Starting off well here, Desert Fire with the hook on his opposite Jiv. And yeah, Danny Defeato already disadvantaged and will be smart to retreat and wait for that second tank.
No, Peachy really needs to get her mech back as soon as possible. If she does not, and it looks like she will, I was a little bit concerned that DLG would be down 5v6 because of that, but she was able to get that back rather quickly now, it looks like. And there comes a Diva Bomb coming in. Does it pick anybody? Nope, sure doesn't. So not quite wasted, but not really what they wanted to come out of it, because it didn't really spread anybody out. But Dank just coming out, just preaching to the choir. High noon right there, picking off 3. Nice job by Danny Defeato pushing in onto this.
Oof, and a team kill for Defeato, wrapping that point back up very quickly. 54% gone here for Desert Legion Gaming, but yeah, that Deadeye just clutch for them. And he was trying to get a long flank in. I try and go back to the action. As soon as I do, gets the triple. But hopefully that'll be a maybe a play of the game clip, or he'll have that saved and uploaded for us. But now Darth Donut very close to another Death Blossom again. Ermagerd on the Mercy. Possibly a Valkyrie could combine those well to disrupt this Desert Legion Gaming attack. Darth Donut looking for the flank in behind. I don't think they see him. We'll see if he's able to get in and get that damage through undetected.
Ooh, does he do it? Oof. Oh, he does get picked off, but he did conserve that Reaper ult, so you know that's going to be very nice for them if they need it here. But DLG does need to capture this point. They need this point bad.
Yeah, definitely in overtime here in a tough spot. Danny Defeato again from behind Dank, trying to get the Deadeye in. This one not quite as effective, gets pulled immediately as they detect him. Jeff trying to continue this contention, has a whole hog usage, very low on health, but it may pan out for him. Able to get a couple kills, gets pulled out of it, but still getting Dartona finally able to come back through with that Death Blossom. Starting to get the damage through, and now again it's all just on every single side. 99% overtime for Danny Defeato, and Desert Legion cannot afford to concede any room here.
Yeah, Desert Legion, they do have that Reinhardt that's coming back, and he is swinging as big as he can, and he does pick off, and there goes the hammer down. He's looking to pick off that Roadhog to clean it up. Nice job, and the Ryan does charge that Diva Bomb. Oof. Smart heads-up play by Desert Frost to charge that Diva Bomb away from his teammates and then shield. Nice job by DLG to capture that point.
Yeah, that was a clutch play there from Desert Frost, able to take care of that Diva Bomb and cause like not any issues with it. Like able to get the shield up. I thought for sure he was going to get taken there, but able to get it in, and very smart from him.
No doubt. Now Darth Donut just sort of sneaking around. I don't think anybody's looking at him yet. He will be trying to get some damage in, and now his team does group up with him. They are pushing on the inside for Danny Defeato, so they're going to start moving to this point as a team here, and we'll see if that'll work out for them.
And now the sound barrier for Desert Fox, looking to stay a little bit further back to make sure he has an opportunity to use that as the engagement starts. 95% here from Desert Legion, and how the Crevet self-destruct coming through and getting a couple. Dank Techno also falling, so now it could be Desert Legion able to take this point back. If they're able to win this game on Legion, get forced the third game of the round. So I think they're able to clean this up actually. Still a sound barrier here.
Yeah, get the Mercy, get the Mercy, get the Mercy. That's what DLG needs to do right now. They gotta account for this Mercy because she was just flying. But now the Lucio's just sort of contesting as much as he can, and it looks like they're going to pick him off rather quickly. But as Winston does sneak in there, and Jiff just trying to stay alive as best as he can. But you know what? They're going to fall, and this one, it looks like it's got to go to DLG.
It definitely looks that way. Overtime meter ticking down for them, able to answer back on their Lijiang pick, and yeah, impressive game for them.
Very impressive. Nice job for them to come back as a team and just plant the flag in the ground and say, you know what, we're going to take Lijiang Tower and force round 3 against you guys.
There's a long flank coming in from Dank. Glad we caught it here, the triple, but not quite enough for them to win this game. Interesting, that losing team with plays, but definitely Desert Legion. Strong defense for them, finally able to fix the errors from that first round to take the second and third on Lijiang. We'll get the map pick from Dana Defeato when we come back. And we are back in the Challenger tier on this Friday, the second of a doubleheader that sees Dana Defeato and Desert Legion tied up 1-1 in a game with playoff implications for Desert Legion, tied up here in the middle of the tier, looking to grab one of those last 2 playoff spots in the Challenger tier, and a lot to play for in the third game. And we're going to Junkertown.
Junkertown, I do like Junkertown. That's a fun map. I think a lot of people are enjoying that map. Unfortunately, it is getting ruined by some of the Bastion Orisa combo, but you know what? You just got to deal. You just got to deal with it. See if either of these 2 teams will play that.
Yeah, Junkertown. I certainly enjoy it, but that can be a difficult comp to break. But it does require you to get set up very quickly. If you don't get set up, you kind of lose the opportunity. So it'll be important for the team defending first to get on top of that. I believe we'll actually have to switch the sides to make sure everything's all even and square. But yeah, just impressive again to see Desert Legion come back on Lijiang. Looked dicey for them for a little bit after the first round, but able to come back and played well.
For sure. You know, what I did see the most out of Desert Legion is that they were starting to group up a little bit better as a team. And I think that's what really won them the game on Lijiang.
Yeah, agreed.
They stayed together. There wasn't this crazy flank from all the sides on the map. And, you know, they capitalized.
Yeah, definitely settled in. And like I was saying earlier, I think that kind of happens sometimes. One of the teams will struggle to kind of like find their feet a little bit, but settle into the game and put on a strong showing could be what we're seeing here. But still just waiting on the readies from each side. Make sure everyone's swapped as well. Also, guys, if you have not Yeah, anyway, the free-for-all tournament this Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you're available for that. We haven't done a free-for-all tournament before, so definitely excited to bring that to you. Make sure you're available for that. We'll have it on the stream. Should be a really good time. Raging, you playing in the free-for-all?
I am not playing in the free-for-all tournament. Had some plans that we originally had, but you know what? Hopefully I can spectate. If I can't, I will definitely catch the streams because that's going to be exciting.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you can catch that right here on the main channel. Should be able to wrap all that up in one evening. Be a couple rounds. And a couple rounds should be pretty exciting. And yeah, we'll have some some streamers come on and get some different perspectives. And I'm excited for it, man. Really excited.
For sure.
Looks like we are actually ready to go. Let's bring to Junkertown. Yeah, Junkertown is the map for Week 8, so maybe getting a little preview here. These two teams seeing
is it?
If they get an advantage. Yeah, Junkertown. I'm excited that we're bringing that one into the fold, and will be the Week 8 map.
I can dig it. I do like me some Junkertown. I mostly just like a map where you are pushing the payload the whole time. Those are my jam. I like that.
Absolutely agree. Yeah, payload's my favorite map type, without a doubt.
Why is that? I don't know why I like it so much, but it is good.
Maybe because it's the easiest in solo queue, because I feel like it's easier for people to stay on the payload, because it's the only thing you're supposed, like, what else are you supposed to be doing, right? So generally speaking, if you have non-communicative team members, people are still in and around the payload, so to speak.
You would think, but you would think that, but I've definitely seen some players that don't play the damn payload, and they should be. Like, this is an objective game, folks, not a kill game. Come on.
True. That's true. Yeah, there's really no kill stealing when everything's shared anyway. If you get 5% damage on somebody, you still get the credit for the kill.
For sure.
And people get upset about Moira for that very reason, but it's like, you won the game.
Listen, if a Moira has more damage than your DPS, and she has gold elims, you can't get upset by that. You can just get upset at yourself if you're playing DPS. But all that aside, it looks like on the setup for the defense, we've got a soldier, a Junkrat, a Roadhog, an Orisa, a Mercy, and a Zenyatta. So, but Crazy Joe going down so early, and as you can see, we've got the pirate ship, folks. Yar! Desert Fire just going off, picking off 2, but he does get picked himself by Skullbadiah. So, DLG, they do need to get that Bastion back on the point. You can tell what they are running exactly, and if they can get back on there, it could be quite destructive.
Yeah, it actually would have been a really successful setup for them. Fire able to get on top of the payload, really start putting in the damage, but Zinski's misplaced initial shield wasn't able to protect him, so focused down very quickly. But trying to set back up here, the shield back up on top of the payload. Fire is able to find a good position, and really just reeling right now are damn Defeato trying to retreat a little bit, and Desert Legion should be able to coast into this first checkpoint.
Wow, nice job by DLG. Just a like, you use the proper word, coast. Man, they just took off, and they're just like, okay, you know what? Our Bastion's down. It's no big deal. We're still going to make the picks, and we're still going to march this payload right in. Nice job by DLG.
Yeah, now we see a switch to a fair from Dank Techno Jesus, trying to get a little bit of that damage through. And I like the switch there. They've got Darth Donut on the Junkrat again, just all that DPS. But Dank Techno Jesus finding a little bit of difficult time with Desert Fire and Desert Frost, both trying to focus him down. Damage boosted, plus the Diva. Maybe the Fair is not a good pick.
Yeah, Fair's kind of a tough pick, especially whenever you're a little bit inside right now. She doesn't have those wide open spaces. I do like her on the first point, but on the second point, not too huge on her. But you know what? It doesn't really matter because Danny Defeato doing a nice job for holding this point on defense.
Yeah, definitely starting to settle in a little bit, but getting the damage through. Frost on Soldier. Really,
Desert Haze, have a day.
Getting the final picks there, and a nice little triple for him to continue this payload push for Desert Legion. 4 minutes and 23 seconds on the clock as they begin to round towards the B checkpoint. And yeah, no good position so far. Whew. As I say that, though.
Get on the point, guys. Get on the point. You want to help out the rest of your team by capturing that point so that they can have that checkpoint and that closer spawn. But you know what? There comes the Zenyatta Transcendence doing a nice job coming in, and Desert Frost just ulting to pick off that Pharah. Nice job, but Pharah does get rezzed by Burr. So lots of hot action happening here, and DLG wanting to push this payload in as fast as they can so they can get this checkpoint. Otherwise, it's a very long walk back.
Does look like a pretty good hold, though. They're starting to clean up. Danny Defeato able to get the kills they need. And, yeah, I think they will be able to hold this point. It's starting to look like, at least.
Nice job there by Danny Defeato to keep their team alive. Burr doing a nice job on that Mercy, just healing everybody as best as it can. So, good job there for Double D.
That's a couple ultimates here for Danny Defeato. Dank with the Rocket Barrage looking to get in damage once more for the defenders. Sculpideye with a Rescuing Transcendence should they need it. No ultimates on the other side, but Desert Fire now switching to the Genji. Will take a little bit of time to build an ultimate, but definitely could help just kind of cut through the defense. I've kind of opted against the Bastion now, deciding it's not going to work here.
Ooh, and Desert Fire switching off to that Genji does get picked off rather quickly by Dank. Dank just ruling the sky right now. And as you can see, Double D, they've got three ults now with that Junkrat tire that should be coming down any time to separate this team. And there comes the Rocket Barrage by Dank, but does it pick anybody off? It does. It does pick off that horse lady. I can't remember her name right now because my mind went blank. But Pharah does go down by that diva, so nice job on both sides.
Yeah, no doubt about it. The Rocket Barrage a little bit low in the altitude and was able to get picked off really easily. Actually had a good position above 4 of the opponents, but yeah, caught out a little bit. But the defender's still holding well. Hayes dropping for the attack means again they'll be a little bit down in the numbers department.
Yeah, you know, one thing that I do like is that Desert Fire did switch off that Genji rather quickly, and now onto this Pharah. So they're going to try to do a Pharah v Pharah, and recognizing that Double D does not have a hit scan. So pretty heads up, and hopefully they can take advantage of this for DLG.
But you gotta stop trying to make fetch happen.
What?
Double
I
D's
make
not
it
gonna
happen. It's going to happen. It's happening today. Right now. D squared, Double D, you know what's up.
Do I? I don't think I do. It's Jiff here with a whole hog. No need to use though the attack. Having to retreat. 2 support ults as well. And Danny Defeato really starting to settle into this defense. I think Desert Legion finding a much more difficult time than they did in the first section. And now Desert Fire back onto the Genji. And I feel like a lot of hero swapping could be a detriment to them.
Yeah, you know, that's something that to definitely be considered. They do have a minute to sort of regroup and try and make a push here. Zinski does have that bongo. Orisa, that's the horse lady, just come to mind. Nice job, raging. And they do have a couple of picks coming off right now. DLG taking out 1 and 2 with that Mercy as well as that horse lady again. So they're trying to make this push, and I think they're going to be able to make it happen here.
Yeah, the tactical vibes are coming in from I believe that was Desert Frost, able to catch Mercy before the Transcendence from Sculpideye was able to save her, but it won't matter. Desert Legion still able to push through, and the ultimate's working out well for them. 27 seconds though, still trying to push, and it should be a stall before this checkpoint. Crazy Joe coming back in on the Orisa as Valkyrie pops from Burr, just trying to keep that Orisa alive long enough to build the supercharger. The self-destruct will catch Tank Techno Jesus out of the sky though, so they won't have that available to them. I think they will be able to build a supercharger just in time. Getting really good healing. Crazy Joe on this Orisa. Desert Legion really starting to, or rather Danny Defeato starting to wrap up a little bit here. I think DLG will have a tough time attacking this checkpoint.
They were able to sort of touch that payload to make this overtime, but right now that Orisa bongo going down and lots of damage coming out by Double D, and I think they're going to be able to hold them off right now.
Yeah, Desert Fire trying to go in with the Dragon Blade. Got shut down immediately with the rest of the team. Danny Defeato cleaning up there and an opportunity to win this game.
Yeah, they were able to push it almost to that second checkpoint. Now, I have seen full holds here happen at the first checkpoint. So if DLG could sort of get together as a team, hold that first checkpoint, of course, they'll be able to demonstrate that they can, that 1D is better than 2.
No doubt about it. Get more letters though. Well, like more in the acronym, right? It's DLG in them. So it looks like it's going to be a pirate ship comp coming out from Defeato though. Double shield, lever, Jiff.
I'm so glad the week's over, man. I'm so glad the week is over. Right? It's Friday night. Let's have fun, guys. Let's have fun.
I actually like that double shield. They don't have a Diva though. Do you think that'll be detrimental for Dana Defeato?
Yeah, that's really interesting, actually.
Sombra for Desert.
I like that. I like Sombra. I like Sombra a lot, actually. See how that'll work out for DLG.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
I think neutralizing that Bastion is important. It's a good counter for them, and smart to make that pick. And again, they have an opportunity here to win the game outright. It's not going to go into multiple rounds, and Dana Defeato have been pretty strong in their attack. They were able to attack all the way through Numbani and did really well on the payload portion of that time left over, so could be indicative of their performance here. Desert Legion now having gotten the momentum from winning on Lijiang. Could kind of spoil it for them, though.
Yeah, you know what? I think I know why they did have that double shield. That Reinhardt just sort of holding his shield out and able to march Double D down the onto the payload, and Orisa then being able to set up. So as you can see, that Bastion is on there, and Dank is just taking down the competition, mowing down perhaps. Call him John Deere because he does take off too very quickly.
Yeah, and continue to get the damage in. It's DLG having to retreat somewhat, and Farah just in the back from Darth Donut, just able to rain down damage. They're having a really difficult time dealing with him, and it's already an ultimate coming out from Dank Techno Jesus using that tank mode, just trying to get a lot of the damage through. He's able to get the kill onto Desert Haze, and yeah, very strong attack so far from them.
Yeah, no doubt. Nice job by Double D to sort of get onto that payload and continue to march it down. Just Dank putting on a clinic right now as that Bastion, but there comes out a very interesting Sombra EMP that could have been nice to have. I'm guessing they were going to use it and then switch off of Sombra now, but I'm not quite sure.
I'd like to see the switch with an ill-timed EMP there. It's really the only answer. But may stay on Sombra now, starting to build that percentage a little bit, so yeah, may stay. But they do have the Valkyrie from PG, but still 5 minutes on the clock for Dana Defeato to wrap up this game. They don't have far to go.
No doubt, Dana Defeato just looking very nice, and as you can see, Darth Donuts with that rocket barrage that should be coming down any time now. And Crazy Joe picking off that Roadhog, and then Desert Fire just falling to Skullbadiah's nuts as Zenyatta. Darth Donuts cleaning up, taking out the toughest opposition against him, and that being the Soldier, and it looks like Dana Defeato will be marching this in.
Yeah, a little too easy for them. Too strong an attack for the Desert Legion defense. Dana Defeato able to take this win and kind of spoil the playoff hopes for Desert Legion. A game to play and a lot of games to decide their fate, but a good win for Dana Defeato.
Yeah, Dana Defeato looking very nice there on the attack. Their defense on the first point was a little bit questionable. They were able to regroup, get back together, hold the defense, and then just show how the attack is done. Nice job by Dana Defeato. Double D, as we now know them.
Right. I'm sure that's going to catch on. I'm absolutely positive. But we'll get the kind of look ahead to week 8 and maybe look at some games further this weekend and yeah, get some post-game thoughts when we come back. And there you have it. What a game from the challenger tier. Danny Defeato able to get a strong, decisive win on New Bonding, but then dropping 2 Desert Legion on Legion Tower to mix it up in the 3rd game on Junkertown, taking that win. And yeah, playing with spoiler to Desert Legion, looking to get into those playoff spots in the challenger tier. Desert Legion Gaming now drops to 3 and 4 behind Brian's Rejects and Mjolnir, both sitting at 3 and 3. I think they're actually, are they playing each other tonight? I think that's the other game.
I think you might be right.
Yeah, some implications there. Desert Legion able to get 1 map win though, so that'll be important for them as the tiebreakers start to emerge. Able to go from 7 to 8 points. So if Brian's Rejects or Mjolnir, if one of them should lose that game 2-0, Desert Legion should be able to leapfrog a little bit into that 4th spot. So maybe not a terrible result given results elsewhere, but Danny Defeato still looking very strong.
Yeah, it was a very nice job by Danny Defeato. You know, Desert Legion, they did look good as well. At times, you could tell that they were a comprehensive team and that they were pushing together as a team after they gained their composure. But Danny Defeato, they were able to set up that Bastion just a little bit faster and have that second shield that DLG did not have. And I think that was the difference there on Junkertown. And, you know, Double D just looking really nice there.
Yeah, Defeato, definitely a strong team. Happy to have them here. And congratulations for the win. DLG trying to get back in the mix against Mjolnir, so a fantastic opportunity for them to again solidify that spot in the playoffs. Fate kind of in their hands playing that team, and it'll be Danny Defeato facing off against Legacy, who, if I'm not mistaken, let's see what Legacy is. Yeah, 2 and 3, so right there in that same kind of region, trying to get one of those last spots. And I really like the competition in the Challenger tier this season.
Yeah, there's a lot of hot competition. So, Sultan, could you give us a preview of maybe what the playoffs are looking like right now, and what's playing out?
Well, from the Challenger tier, you got there's 8 teams in the tier. The top 4 will make the playoffs right now. Before these results go through, Crisis Red sitting the top 4 and 2, Squaw 4 and 2, Ron's Rejects 3 and 3, Mjolnir 3 and 3, Desert Legion also 3 and 3 on 7 points, and Legacy goes on and so forth. Top 4 teams at the end of week 8 will be able to get into a 2-round playoff, where 2 semifinal games and a final. So exciting for that. In the rivals here, it's 6 teams to get in. Top 2 teams have a bye right now. Hogpin Esports and Winky Face looking really good, and in a good position there. And Daddyland right in the hunt, looking to overtake Winky Face in that 2nd place spot and get the 1st round bye. And yeah, the remaining 4 teams will play off and then face one of those top 2 teams for semifinal and then a final round game. So yeah, the playoffs should be really exciting. We'll be building up here in the next couple weeks, and I'm looking forward to it.
No doubt, man. That should be a lot of fun. There's some hot action coming in, but there's even hotter action tomorrow night. Would you remind us what's happening tomorrow?
The free-for-all tournament. Tomorrow night.
The free-for-all tournament.
We haven't had.
Tell me about
we've done like a 4v4. We've done various types of tournaments. That 1v1. We haven't done a free-for-all, and excited to do that. We've got quite a few teams showing up. It'll be a qualifying round off stream, and then we'll get to the streaming action, and it'll be 4 rounds from there. And yeah, it should be a lot of fun.
It should be a ton of fun. I'm looking forward to, if not being there and watching it, recapping that, because that'll be a lot of fun there. So looking forward to it.
Definitely have that archived, and if you want to catch any of the games from previously from this week, week 7, or from throughout the season, you can check out the Twitch archive tab over there, and to our videos. And for a deeper kind of catalog of videos, you can go to the YouTube channel. A lot of good stuff over there as well. And yeah, definitely get into the Discord. We'll have announcements about Season 4 shortly. So to stay on the forefront of that information, definitely go there. We'll have it at the website as well, OWXL.com. So yeah, I think that will do it for us. Any final thoughts?
Final thought, just a quick plug for the league. If you have a Twitch Prime sub and you aren't using it, you know, the league would definitely benefit it, because we can host more tournaments and more competitive gaming in the future. So that's really nice. As well as, I'd like to wish everybody a happy Lunar New Year. It is the year of the dog, and we can see that in Overwatch now.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We do appreciate everybody that comes out and supports the league. It means a lot to us, and we enjoy broadcasting for you. So yeah, appreciate the subscriptions, and yeah, bringing all this awesome content. But I think,
for sure, man.
Yeah, that'll do it for us.
Awesome.
Yeah. So for the Challenger tier, OWXL, for Raging Bull, I'm Salt Pepper, and we will see you guys next time.
Cheerio.
Desert Legion Gaming team.
Big hook. Yeah, no doubt. That's a big hook. And Azaria ult does come down right now. And Moira.
Choke point opens about 5 seconds ago and already starting to go that direction, getting the kills they need. And that will be an early team fight as the control point opens up.
Yeah, nice job by. Desert Legion, they do have that Reinhardt that's coming back, and he is swinging as big as he can. And he does pick off, and there goes the hammer down. He looks to pick off that Roadhog to clean it up. Nice job. And then Brian does charge for that Diva Bomb. Smart hit for the defense. We've got a Soldier, a Junkrat, a Roadhog, a Marissa, a Mercy, and a Zenyatta. So, but Crazy Joe going down so early, and as you can see, we've got the Pirate time now.